When creating her fourth studio album, Dedicated, Carly actually had another album with a different musical direction in mind titled Disco Sweat, which ended up getting scrapped. But before I get more into that, let's go back to the beginning when Carly was still in her Emotion era, which brings us to an interview she did on October 16, 2015 with Rookie, where Carly discussed how Emotion came to be and also revealing she had already started writing new music, experimenting with disco sounds almost like Feist at the Disco, as she explained. The next month on November 3rd, Carly released the music video for her latest single from Emotion, Your Type, and just a few days later on November 16, she tweeted a photo expressing her excitement about heading to New York to record a very special song, which turned out to be her recording a cover of the 1985 Christmas classic Last Christmas by Wham. The cover was officially released on November 20th, and Carly even performed it at Rockefeller Center tree lighting and on the Late Late Show with James Corden. In addition to these performances, she made appearances at events such as Capital FM Jingle Bell Ball. The following month on December 9th, Carly announced her Gimme Love tour scheduled for 2016. Then days later on December 21st, Carly posted on Instagram teasing new lyrics saying new music was in the works with the caption, "Kiss me on the cheek, yes please, oh not the lips, keep it to the corner." Then in 2016, Carly continued to promote her album Emotion while engaging in various projects such as her playing Frenchie in the live musical adaptation of Grease that aired on January 21st alongside Vanessa Hudgens, Keke Palmer, and others, where she also performed an original song titled All I Need Is an Angel. She also performed an acoustic version of Call Me Maybe and I Really Like You for Funny or Die video filmed on the 3rd Street Promenade in Los Angeles. And a few days later on February 9th, a trailer was released for the Full House spin-off Fuller House, where Carly covered the theme song, and Universal Music Japan announced an exclusive Japan Emotion Remix Plus album releasing on March 18 featuring 2 new songs, and on March 16 Carly gave fans an update about new music on social media from the Nashville studio with Danielle Harrell, who's worked with Dua Lipa, and Nate Company, who previously worked with Carly on Emotion. The following month on April 7, Carly gave an interview with Stereo Gum reflecting on Emotion, doing Grease Live, along with being excited about going to Sweden to start working on the new album and hoping to get something out by 2017, but if not, she'll wait since she wouldn't want to rush anything, which left fans excited about what was to come leading to the new album. And the next day on April 8th, she released a music video for Boy Problems, and the following month, May 13, she did an interview with Vancouver Sun where she spoke more about the next album, saying, "I can't explain what we're doing right now, but we're very much into disco-y things. Whatever this next album may or may not turn out to be, I'm very much referencing ABBA a lot and the Bee Gees, all of that stuff. It's fun to dig into oldies and see what you can celebrate about it. Like a good movie or a good song to take your favorite pieces of something and add some new stuff to create something different." A few days later on May 19th, Danielle Harrell shared a sneak peek of his collaboration with Carly titled Supernatural, which occurred during the PC's Music Pop Cosmos concert in London, leaving some to suspect that this snippet might be a preview as to what we can expect from Carly's new album. Which fast forward a few months later, Supernatural was officially released as a single on August 12th, and the music video was released on August 19th, but it was released as Danny's song featuring Carly and nothing having to do with her upcoming album. As the weeks and months continue, Carly remained doing performances such as LA Pride and other things like a commercial for a Japanese shampoo for the brand Moist Diane, and during late June, early July, Carly shared photos from Sweden giving fans a glimpse of where she would be working on the new album at the moment. On July 5th, she posted 2 more photos of her in the studio, one featuring just her and the other alongside Patrick Berger, known for his work on Lana Del Rey's Off to the Races and Taylor Swift's Gold Rush, and Nuni Bell, and I apologize if I didn't pronounce her name correctly, who had previously worked on Carly on Runaway alongside other songs for artists such as Troye Sivan's Dance to This featuring Ariana Grande and Charlie XCX Good Ones. The next month on June 3rd, Carly posted on Twitter saying she was working with Dev Hynes, who's worked with her on Emotion, which a snippet of something Carly and Dev were working on was shared on Snapchat. Fast forward to August 12th, when an interview with Carly and Danielle Harrell did with Fader was released, where they talked about Supernatural. And during the interview, when asked how the process was going for Carly on the new music, besides mentioning disco like her past interview, Carly also shared that she had about 17 songs started during her tour that were demos, which she brought to Sweden to work on, and then continued by saying, "There's a lot of people in the world who I'd be really excited to work with. I'm actually going to the studio with Danny and Nate Company, songwriter, and Kyle Shearer, producer, and we're going to write some things, potentially for my album. Because the vibes were good on Supernatural, I had a meeting in London with Rob Temperton, the writer of Thriller. He's just the most amazing man. He played me the Thriller demo, which was crazy to hear. In the original lyrics, Michael Jackson used to be like, 'Starlight, stars so bright.' It was just cool seeing his progress and meeting the man behind that killer hit. We just talked about what disco meant to him. I'm just going to dig in and do my research and figure out what exactly it is about disco that's exciting me. But I started in one place with emotion, and then I landed in the 80s, and that was an unexpected journey. I'm allowing myself the freedom to not be totally committed," which it seemed to be around this time that she had decided to go ahead and change the album, since she was more open to anything new possibly happening as the process continued, even if it meant that it wasn't going to be disco anymore. On August 15, Carly continued to share an update about the writing progress, and a few days later, on August 21st, to celebrate 1 year of Emotion, she surprised fans with Emotion Side B, a collection of songs that didn't make it on the original album that would release on Friday, August 26th. On August 25th, Carly expressed gratitude to her fans for the incredible Emotion era journey, ending the post with a tease about the new album being on the way, but until then hoping they would enjoy Emotion Side B in the meantime, with fans both satisfied with more tracks to listen to and eagerly anticipating her next era. On October 6th, she posted a photo of her in the studio with the caption, "Apparently just singing isn't enough. I also like to make out with the pop filter for extra kicks." And on December 16th, the music video for a feature she was in by Blood Orange titled Better Than Me was released, where she was even present in the music video. In the beginning of the next year, 2017, on January 29th and the 31st, she posted two new photos, one with a group having a listening party to the new music, and the other with Carly next to a 99-cent Dreams neon sign with the caption, "Mucho work to do on this new album. Excited." The next month, on February 7th, an interview Carly did with Entertainment Weekly, besides teasing her collaboration with Lil Yachty, covering It Takes Two by Rob Bass and DJ E through Z, sponsored by Target, set to happen during commercial break on the 2017 Grammys, following last year's Gwen Stefani's live music video for Make Me Like You, being the first live music video ever done. When asked about her progress on the new album, Carly shared that there was so much work to do, discovered a fresh new sound, and was in the process of narrowing down at least 42 songs for the album, but was still in the process of writing and recording new material. And while she has previously cited ABBA and the Bee Gees as her influences, she now reveals she was channeling more Diana Summer than the Bee Gees, and that some of the songs she had wasn't really disco. She also spoke about her collaborations on the new album, along with the reason why she really wanted to work with Patrick Berger, because she was such a big fan of his work that he did with Robin, an example being Robin's 2010 song Dancing on My Own. Overall, she was just excited for what was to come and what new surprises she would discover. On March 15, she posted a photo hanging around in the studio, and the next day on March 16, producer and songwriter Justin Risen posted a photo of them both in the studio with Charli XCX, teasing a possible collaboration, which fast forward, it was a collaboration titled Backseat, released that same year on Charli XCX mixtape Pop 2. As for the rest of 2017, Carly remained to be active in other things, such as a song titled Hate That You Know Me by The Bleachers, where Carly sang backup on the track, which was released on their album Gone Now. Carly also released a song Cut to the Feeling on May 26 for the animated movie Leap, originally from the Emotion sessions, but it didn't make it on the album, which Carly also voices the character Odette in the film.
You have little or no sense of rhythm, you're without balance, grace, and charm.
Come on, you can't tell all that from one jump, can you?
She was also scheduled for September through February 2018 to open for Katy Perry's Witness Tour, and to end the year on December 12th, she posted on Instagram stories a message saying new music is in fact on the way. The next year on 2018, on February 2nd and February 5th, she continued to tease the new music with photos, with one having the caption "Disco Bum in the parking lot" and the other "Home Sweet Home was a magical night one." And it was around this time there was notice that she had updated her Instagram bio over the weekend, which fans suspected it was lyrics to a new song that read, "When you move it's like a disco darling, all my dreams come true." The next month on Sunday, April 1st, Carly teased a new song titled "This Love Isn't Crazy" on her Instagram story, which fans loved and suspected it wouldn't be long till this new era begins. Months later, on August 26th, she posted a happy 2-year anniversary to Emotion Side B, ending it with the caption "New era on the horizon. I feel excited and nervous but mostly just grateful. Hold tight." And after one more month, the wait seemed to be over when Carly had posted a photo on October 30th holding a slice of pizza and licorice in bed with her cat that had the caption "Party for One," which confirmed the rumors were true that had been going on for weeks about Carly releasing a song titled "Party for One." And the following day, October 31st, she shared a snippet of the song with also the single artwork with the caption revealing the release date for tomorrow, November 1st, which was written by Anton Romberg, Carly Rae Jepson, Julia Carlson, Tavish Crow, Ben Berger, Ryan McMahon, and Ryan Rabin, produced by Anton Romberg and Captain Cut. And in a press release, Carly talked about the song saying, "To me, Party for One is an anthem of what it is to celebrate time with yourself, which is a hard thing for people to really enjoy sometimes, and it's something I'm learning to do more and more. This song represents a lot of what this album is about for me, which is romantic love, but self-love too." The music video was also released on November 1st, directed by Bardia Zenali, and I apologize if I didn't pronounce his name correctly, who also directed the music videos for If I Can't Have You by Shawn Mendes, Dance to This by Troye Sivan featuring Ariana Grande, and Yummy by Justin Bieber. And in the visual, filmed in New York in a hotel where we see Carly check into her room, spending the evening alone watching TV, and as the video proceeds, we get a glimpse of other guests in the hotel. Later on, they gradually enjoy their own company, which is cut short because of the hotel having a power outage, which then brings them all together to the lobby to find out what's going on. And when the power is back on and they celebrate for a bit, overall it leaves a message of embracing who you are and enjoying spending time with yourself. Carly also released a vertical music video and performed the song live on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon on November 5th. And as it seemed this new Carly album had begun, it seemed that it was cut short for a bit because for the remainder of the year it had gotten quiet, going into the next year, 2019, which on February 21st, Carly posted a tease of a new song titled "Now That I Found You" with the caption "I Think I'm Coming Alive," with the release date February 27th. And a few days later, on February 25th, she teased and shared a new snippet of another song that would be the third single, releasing that same day as the second single, February 27th, titled "No Drug Like Me." The following day, she continued to tease the new songs, which the next month on March 14th, the music video for her second single, "Now That I Found You," was released, directed by Carlos Lopez Estrada, who also directed "When the Party's Over" by Billie Eilish, along with Nelson De Castro, who also directed "Comfortable" by The Knox, and I apologize if I didn't pronounce either of their names correctly. And in the video, we see Carly takes in a lost cat, which soon leads to more and more, and her life sort of just starts to revolve around cats, basically becoming a cat lady. But turns out that was all a dream, or was it? Because then she goes back to the place where she found the first lost cat, and not only does she find the lost cat, but also an unexpected love interest, which a few days later on March 10th, she even posted with the cat teasing the music video. The next month on April 1st, Carly announced the name of her new album, Dedicated, set for May 17, along with announcing tour dates. Then a few days later, she teased a new single on April 16, which was Julian, set to release on Friday. And the following day, April 17th, Carly revealed the official album cover, and after fans tweeted with the hashtag Dedicated to advertise the album, it unlocked an image revealing the track list. And the next day, April 18th, she posted a video with Julian with the caption, "Julian is a song that taught me the heart and the direction of this album. Couldn't keep him for myself any longer." The following day, more details about the song was shared with a post from The Knox on Instagram with a photo from the studio session mention, a few years ago when Julian was written, the album Dedicated was released on May 17, 2019, debuted at number 18 on the US Billboard 200 charts, a pop and dance electro-pop album where Carly wrote about 200 songs for it that featured the singles Party for One, Now That I Found You, No Drug Like Me, Julian, and Too Much, which also got a music video along with Want You in My Room, a song that was named the 32 best song of 2019 on Rolling Stone. And just like Emotion, a year later on May 21st, 2020, Carly released Dedicated Side B, a collection of songs that didn't make it on the original album. As for why she decided to name her album Dedicated, well, I went ahead and picked the interview that she did with Built Series, released on May 29th, where she did address this along with talking about the unreleased song Dedicated.
It still really explores the theme, I think, of what I was going through in life and what a lot of these songs were about through a breakup and singlehood and even like a new something, and it just what it would mean for me to kind of fully commit myself. But the song itself didn't quite get there yet.
But what happened to Disco Sweat and why did she scrap it? Well, in the interview that she did with Built Series that was released on May 29th, she did reveal why she ended up changing the direction of the album and not going with Disco Sweat, which she responded with saying she had an EP titled Disco Sweat written, and one of the times when working with Patrick Berger in Sweden, he recommended she explore and be more open to everything and see what feels right, which she agreed, because sure, it's good to have intention, but it's another to just be so narrow, being creative and not let those magical moments happen. And she further explained with the song For Sure, when that was created, it didn't sound like a disco at all, which from that, the direction of the album ended up changing to becoming Dedicated instead of Disco Sweat. She also mentioned Disco Sweat in an interview with SF Weekly released on June 26, where she mentioned the unreleased album having strong intention to make an understated disco album, living room dance party thing, which she thinks maybe that came from going to Sweden. She thought about exploring the 70s since with Emotion she explored the 80s, but it was never that simple. Overall, she thinks the new album achieved what she had envisioned, Julian being a great example of that. She found songs that were a little 90s that she wanted to include, which made more sense to her than doing Disco Sweat. But that wouldn't be the last time we heard of Disco Sweat, because on February 14, 2020, a year later, in an interview / Q&A with Capital Buzz, she was asked if Disco Sweat would ever see the light of day, which she responded with, "I don't think so, it's locked and it's buried in my backyard." But fans continue to talk about Disco Sweat on social media, hoping that maybe one day she would eventually just release it. And it didn't stop there. On August 6th of that same year, a fan asked if she would release Disco Sweat, which her response was, "I just might." In that same month, on August 25th, during a Q&A on Twitter, she seemed to tease another possibility with this response saying, "I write always, but I'm picky cause your pretty ears only deserve the best. But I promise once I figure out this disco, it's all for you." Which 2 years later, now releasing her 6th studio album, The Loneliest Time, while promoting the album in an interview with E-Talk on November 7, 2022, when asked what's a song she would like to do next, she teased out wanting to do a full album where she went full disco, leaving fans hoping she was talking about Disco Sweat. And what's interesting about Disco Sweat, those early stages of the album which became Dedicated, some of the songs from that time when she was writing Disco Sweat, they did make it on the album Dedicated, which according to Carly Rae Jepson wiki, it shared songs that got reworked for Dedicated. For example, 4-Leaf Clover was reworked into Want You in My Room, Summer Love, originally titled Summer Love LUV, another song that got reworked and released on side B, Feels Like featuring Blood Orange, reworked to This Is What They Say, released on side B, I Am the Keeper got reworked into Comeback featuring The Bleachers, Julian, a song that she talked about getting reworked. And of course, when looking more into this page, it shows more of the songs that could have been on Disco Sweat but ended up not making it, besides the ones that I did talk about, like Disco Sweat, Know You, Emergency Love, Hunger Heart, Ricochet, Tenderly, and Sales, mentioned in her April 2016 Stereo Gum interview, So Different, and of course Dedicated, another song that she mentioned but ended up not releasing. So personally for me, I'm actually okay that she just decided to scrap what she originally had and just go with Dedicated and change the sound of the album, because I think Dedicated is such a great body of work. And even side B, especially Summer Love, which was one of my favorites, along with Comeback, No Drug Like Me, I'll Be Your Girl, Too Much, like it just had so many songs that I enjoyed. And and I think it deserved way better. Again, the album 18, I think, on the Billboard, that's what I said, should have been way higher than this. But I mean, it doesn't surprise me so much because I mean, the general public slept on Emotion, so it's not really surprising that they also slept on this one. I do have a feeling that maybe she would end up just releasing Disco Sweat, and it will just have the original songs that before they got reworked for Dedicated, it'll have the original, they'll just be like remastered, you know, just to the production, but it'll still have like that disco sound. So I do think that maybe she will do that she'll maybe just release it and just give it to the fans. If not, she'll just do a completely new disco album. But what are your thoughts on this? Do you think she will release Disco Sweat in the future one day? And are you glad with her decision of scrapping the early stages of the album and just turning it into Dedicated? You can leave it down below in the comments, and while you're at it, also let me know your top 3 favorite songs off Dedicated. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and also subscribe for more videos. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you later.